And in brief, I will call that thing that we're searching for, I'll just call it happiness to make it easy, just to find one word which maybe can summarize all those things that we're trying to have in our lives. It's called happiness. So this then becomes the purpose of life. The purpose of life becomes to satisfy that happiness that we're all yearning for. This is what life is all about. And it becomes very obvious when you think about it. This actually is the purpose of life. The reason that we often forget about the fact that this is the purpose of life is because this idea of happiness seems so elusive. It's so hard to get to. It's so hard to really know what this happiness is. And even if you know what it is, it's very hard to actually get hold of it. And that is why often we forget about the fact that this actually is the purpose. But by looking inside your mind, looking at what you really want in your life, it's not that hard to see that this is where we all want to go. Now the problem that arises at this point, once we realize that we want to be happy, is, well, what actually is that happiness that we really desire? It can be so hard to understand sometimes, because there are different types of happiness. Sometimes there are the pleasures of life, going to the movies, eating nice food, relationships and all these things. And then there are other types of happiness, the happiness of being peaceful, of being tranquil, of a sense of contentment, of the joy in the mind that we can sometimes have. And this is in a sense another type of happiness. So where should we actually seek for happiness? We know we want to be happy, but what really is this happiness? And even though, because we know that even though everybody out there in one way or another is pursuing that happiness, very few people actually ever really get it. People are still depressed, people are still down, they're still grieving over lost friends and relatives, and very often they don't find that really peaceful, contented, joyful happiness which is on offer in this life. And the reason is because they're looking in the wrong place.